And now I would like to welcome for the floor our host, the President of BSP and the President of the Party of European Socialists, Sergei Stanishev. Please, the floor is yours.
Dear friends, sisters and brothers, let me very warmly welcome you to Sofia, to the PES Council. It is the second time when the Party of European Socialists is conducting a council in the capital of Bulgaria. The previous one was in autumn times. It was politically calm, and the weather was extremely foggy. It was a real adventure for many of the delegates of the Council to reach Sofia and to come back to Brussels, Berlin, Madrid, or wherever you come from. This time, the weather is fine. It's warm, even hot. And so is the political situation in Bulgaria. The temperature is high. The situation is volatile, and this goes on now for many months, since February, when, after 3.5 years of authoritarian, repressive, populist, corrupt regime, which was pressing every discontent, which was suppressing every protest, this team came out and the civil society was revived. Because people went out in February, hundreds of thousands, not only because of the electricity prices, but mainly with the deep feeling that the state should be returned to them, that the state should defend public interests, that the state should be checked and controlled, and people should have their voice. And this goal is not yet achieved because it is not easy to get rid of bad practices. It is not easy to free the society and the institutions from hidden influences, from private interests, from corruption, and to gradually, painfully, but persistently reconstruct confidence. It takes time. It takes effort and endurance. I would like to thank you, all of you, for being here in Sofia and for your solidarity with the Bulgarian socialists and with the government of Mr. Oresharski. We do need your support at this moment. The cause for which we were fighting for 4 years almost was to rebuild normal democracy, open democracy, to bring back the state to the citizens, to bring back social justice, to make reforms and support the economic development, to overcome many of the burdens of the 23 years of transition, which was a failure for many human destinies. And we received a lot of confidence. And I would like to thank many of you who were here during the campaign. The PES activists who came as observers to defend free and fair elections, something which is fundamental. I would like to thank Zita, PES women leader, who came to our campaign as many other members of the European Parliament and from our family, to show that we are not alone. I would like to thank Martin, the President of the European Parliament, and Hannes, the leader of our group, of S&D for their statements, and their behavior, and for their support for Plamen Oresharski. And I'd like to support all of you and to thank all of you for the positions which you took. And also, I would like to thank you for your openness and frankness, because we are comrades. Everybody can make a mistake, and we are sharing it, and we are correcting it. And this is what is happening now in Bulgaria. I believe that the new government has only one mission, and it will be accomplished because we are obliged to accomplish it, really to implement its program. The situation in the country is dramatic, economically, socially, and politically. It is hard to take a responsibility with the support only of half of the parliament, to take this risk and challenge and start doing immediately strong and important measures. Yesterday at the PES Women Conference, there was a Bulgarian lady, Katerina, whom I met 7, 8 months ago during the winter protests, because many mothers went out and said, the money for raising our children are completely not enough. We cannot meet our needs with what we have. And the first step of the government of Mr. Oresharski was to increase substantially the money for the raising of kids up to 2 years old. And this is only the first step. Another important step which is undertaking is the new model of formation of the electricity bills, because people cannot pay these prices. 50% of Bulgarians are in poverty. In order to reduce, instead of increasing the prices according to the new model, to reduce the prices by 5%, you have to press on concrete economic interests, which are not happy with that. In order to reveal the truth about private interests, about corruption, smuggling, which was politically covered, you need to have courage. And I believe that Mr. Oresharski is having this courage. Because one of the first steps which he made and announced publicly was that he said there can now be a financial institution and bank with more than 25% of the public money there. And this program will continue, because this government will have to prove day by day, week by week, that we are working for what we promised, to bring back Bulgaria to the people. And we know our responsibility in front of our comrades from the Social Democratic family, facing our leaders at the European level, our Prime Minister, Victor, Joseph, many others, facing our leaders like Alfredo and Igor, and many more who are not here, but who are with us, that we have to contribute to our common goal. And why are we here, and what we need to do here today in Bulgaria? We have to start an important job 11 months before the European elections to achieve that there will be a change in Europe as well. What shall we be discussing today? Our fundamental program, our core values, and how we want to implement them at the European and national level. Of course, we shall be defending and insisting on practical implementation of the Youth Guarantee. This is our initiative, and we shall not give up of it until it becomes a really applicable guarantee and tool in every country of the European Union. We started 1 year ago a long journey with our campaign, together with PES Women, with Zita, together with our youth organization. Yes, with Kaisa, with the rest of the team. Very few people believed that it can happen. Now it is a reality. Almost 6 billion euro are promised for these programs, but this is really not enough. And I would kindly address our MEPs, Hannes, the President of our Parliament. We understand that there should be a reasonable decision of the Parliament on the next budget. But within this framework, we should defend our cause and show that we can achieve results for young people in Europe, because all over Europe, in Spain, in Greece, in Bulgaria, almost everywhere, they don't see a better future provided by the European Union. Please defend this cause. And I address our Prime Minister to do this as well. This is really important. This is a principle not only of social cohesion. This is a moral issue. How can we speak of hope through Europe if the young generation is disappointed? Deeply, everywhere. We need, and we shall today, listen and discuss and adopt our new ideas about industrial policy, new industrial policy for Europe. Because Europe was economically strong on the basis of strong industries and production. And we can not only count on fiscal responsibility. Yes, it is essential, of course. We cannot make our kids and grandchildren pay for our debts forever. The public finances should be in order. But this is not enough. We have to invest into new production, competitive, creating jobs, improving infrastructure. And the PES is a leader in this policy. And here in Bulgaria, this is one of our commitments before the elections, and we shall be working for this in dialogue with everyone, for a new policy for reindustrialization of our state in order to be competitive and social. Dear friends, we have a lot of challenges to overcome. We can see, we can feel every day that European citizens are deeply disappointed by the institutions, by the governments. There are protests going for many years now all over Europe. And after years of oppression against the protests, they are also on the streets of Bulgaria. I do respect every person protesting. We need a civil society which is alive, which can express itself. And I believe that both the government and the parliament are ready for a dialogue with everyone who has good reasons and ideas on new legislation for fair and free elections, on the social policy, on the way how institutions are working, on the participation of civil organizations and NGOs in the regulatory institutions. But we shall not bow to clandestine interests or the political interests who led the country into disaster, who ruined institutions, who killed businesses and led people to misery and to self-burning. People were putting themselves on fire in the recent months out of desperation. We have the political will here in Bulgaria, the Bulgarian socialists, to start this process of reconstruction, to work for the state and for the citizens, to listen to the reasonable voice of everyone. But we shall not let chaos come back for the interests of those who are responsible for the current situation. We shall not let somebody to destroy completely the institutions and the public confidence in them. We know our responsibility and we shall achieve it. Finally, I'm sure that today we shall have a very interesting, open and vivid discussion. We shall have a fundamental program. We shall then start the process of debating of our manifesto and elaborating our strategy for the European elections to achieve change at a European level with our, for the first time, common candidate. And I believe that this is crucial. We are the first party at a European level who openly started a procedure which is democratic, transparent and competitive for having a leading candidate who will be our candidate for the President of the European Commission. Because we want citizens to know who will be representing them. And I know how important it is that person to be a person of credit, of integrity, a person of strong conviction and belief in the European idea, and a real fighter who stands for principles, ideas, and defends them whatever it costs. I know we have many such personalities, but the most important thing, this person to be a people's candidate. This is how I see our future candidate, speaking to the institutions, in the institutions, on behalf of the concerns of average European citizens, bringing back hope. Hope. This is our credo for the next months, bringing back hope to Europeans that things can change, that this crisis will not last forever, that there is a right exit, and we, European socialists, are having strategy to come out of this situation with policies and with personalities who can achieve it. We all count a lot on the President of the European Parliament, Martin Schulz, for making the European Parliament in the next months even more political institution defending people and speaking with the voice of the people on the financial framework, on the major ideas which we are defending. And I would like to wish him good luck. Thank you very much, dear friends, again, for being here. I am absolutely confident. The path towards our success will be bumpy. There will be many obstacles, great resistance at the European and at the national level to change Europe. But we know our duty. We know that it's only us who can bring back life into the European idea, who can bring back confidence in the institutions. Let's work in a way which will make it a reality. Thank you very much. All the best to you. Good luck. We count on you. You count on us. And best welcome to Victor Ponta, who is joining us at this moment. You did a great victory. You are an example for us. Thank you.